Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Rhonda, and basically what I came on here to do is talk about my story as far as the weight loss. So I'm going to just take it way back to the very first day. My first weight when I reported and started my YouTube journey was 298.9, 300 pounds. I decided to get the weight loss surgery. It was something that I looked into for a year. I did my research and just really had to get in tune with myself to see if that's something that I really wanted. Talking to my surgeon, he told me that I would have to lose 10% of my body weight. So that required me to lose 10 pounds. As you can see, if you're following my videos, I met a wonderful person. Her name is Royalty Has Arrived. She's from the Bay also, and we hooked up, and she inspired me to start the Atkins diet. I stayed on stage 1 for a month, and I got down to my goal weight. The day of surgery, on May 24th, 2011, I weighed 270. That was what I was supposed to weigh, or to get the surgery. If you didn't weigh that much, then all that other stuff was out. You can't get it done. So, that day of surgery, it was just an experience in itself. So, I had got the gastric sleeve bypass. I don't even want to call it a bypass because they didn't bypass anything. Basically what they did was cut my stomach in the size of a sleeve of a banana. It wasn't anything that had to do with calories, absorbing calories, not absorbing calories, nothing like that. It was just my portions were smaller. Within that, almost a year, I lost 100 pounds from the gastric sleeve. Okay, after that, 6 months passed, and I stopped losing weight. I was taking in more. When I say I was taking in more, I went from eating 3 bites of a sandwich to a whole sandwich. I was doing everything right. I must have fell off somewhere. I don't understand how that happened because I was very determined to get to 140 pounds with my gastric sleeve. It didn't work out. I was taking in a lot more than I should have. Wasn't good for me. So I talked to my surgeon. He said that the gastric sleeve always can be turned into a gastric bypass. That was something for me to think about because at that time I was about 200. Even 200, I was probably even 199. I'm going to say 199. I was 198. 199. The day we talked, I was 199. It took me a month to decide and for my insurance to okay it. I talked to him and let him know that, yeah, this is something that I'm going to go ahead and push forward to turn my gastric sleeve into a gastric bypass. It's a more intense surgery, and I felt like that's what my body needed. It needed a little more, I don't know the word for it, but I needed a little more. My mind is at a blank. I'm just trying to play catch up, but I needed something stricter at the time for myself. I had different type of emotions, different type of thoughts about it because for one, the reason why I didn't choose the gastric bypass at first is because they were saying that you drop the weight. You just drop weight and you look sick. I know people that got it done. They were looking sick. But I came to the conclusion it's all in the way you carry yourself, the way you take your vitamins, and 9 times out of 10 you're gonna look different regardless. I don't care what anybody says. I think I went through a stage where, far as with my gastric sleeve, when I looked in the mirror, I still seen a big girl. I didn't see an unhappy big girl at all. I was very confident with my shit and putting big girls on the map in the bag. It's nothing. But I just wanted to do a healthy lifestyle change because I needed to lose weight. It was something that I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how much you say, yeah, I'm putting this back on the map. I was happy within myself. Don't get me wrong. But I know that I needed to make a lifestyle change. So that's where the surgery came in at. So I was kind of skeptical about getting the gastric bypass. As you all know, I made a decision to get the gastric bypass, and I got the gastric bypass last week, May 18th, 2012. Happy to say I am doing wonderful. If I can turn back the hands in time, I would have just got the gastric bypass from the gate in the beginning. Everybody that I'm following on here with the gastric sleeve did very well. I mean, they were dropping weight and just dropping weight, gaining, then they'll drop. It was crazy because I was at a stall for 6 months. That's not acceptable. All I could think of at that time was being that big girl that I didn't want to be again. I worked too fucking hard to get to that point in my life where I gained all my weight back. People live and people learn. That's how I look at it. Again, so I got my gastric bypass. The hospital stay, I'm telling you, was wonderful. I went in happy. I came home happy. My kids were happy. I had so much family support. I'm talking about mom, dad, brother, kids, significant other. I want to thank all you guys that just stood by my side. And it just happened so fast. You know, usually you work up to that. I didn't have to work up to that because I already had the stages that I did already. I didn't have to go through all that mental shit and talking to this person, talking to that person. I didn't have to do all that. So I was really happy about that. So basically, within a week, just like I said on my first video, the lady called. My surgery was supposed to be for June 12th. That's what I got in my mind. After she said, okay, your date was June 12th. 20 minutes later, she called back and said, Rhonda, do you want to come in this Friday, which was May 18th? At that time, I had 4 days to prepare myself, to prepare my family, to prepare my loved ones, my kids, to know that I'm going to be out of the house for 2 days, and this is the reason why. All my family knows, all my kids know, it's not a secret. I needed help losing weight, and that's what it was. So I got the gastric bypass. The surgery was 4.5 hours long. Everything went by smoothly. I came home. It's funny because I videotape each step by step, and my phone will not let me download it to YouTube, period. So I'm upset about that because you could have seen, I'm going to try it again when I have time, but you could have seen when I just got out of surgery to falling asleep because I was so high off the medicine, to my good days and my bad days. I stayed 2 days. I could have left the next day, but my mom was like, you need to stay an extra day to do Rhonda. So that's what I did. I'm very glad that I stayed that extra day because it helped me to just get in tune with myself before I came home and had to deal with my kids, because I know once I got home, mommy mode again, straight up. It ain't no sick, can't walk, no, mommy mode. I'm back to my mom, being mommy mode to my kids. Along the way, they were very helpful. I'm happy to say I'm down. I am 189 pounds. So let me tell you. First, I was kind of nervous before I got the surgery done, because just like I said, when you have the gastric bypass, you drop weight fast. And all I needed was really 75 more pounds to go to get to my goal weight. If you're following me, my goal weights are up and down and up and down and up and down. At first, I was cool at 200. Fuck it. I mean, you couldn't tell I was 200. If you looked at me, you would have thought I was 150. But it comes back to me knowing myself, and I wanted to be the correct weight for myself. When I got on the scale, I had to make Rhonda happy. Got on the scale today, and I'm happy to say I'm 189. It came off pretty quick. I can honestly say that with the gastric bypass, I do not have a sensation to eat, period. I'm sorry, like, period. The gastric sleeve, I was fucking hungry. When I got out of that hospital and came home, I was hungry. I don't care what nobody say. The sensation that you guys talked about, that, oh, you wouldn't even think about food. I wanted to go to KFC and eat some shit up. Okay? A week out. Now, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared and I'm mentally strong because this is my second surgery. I don't know. I'm eating 2 ounces of food. That's filling me up. I have to remind myself to eat. But what I am doing is getting in 64 ounces or more of fluids. Decaf tea, water, Crystal Light is my friend. And basically, that's what page I'm on. When I tell you that I don't have a sensation, my mom will call me and be like, Rhonda, did you eat today? 2 days, I didn't eat for 2 days, but I guess I didn't pass out because I kept drinking and drinking and drinking. So I'm taking in a lot more fluids than I'm eating. I finally got a blender. I'm feeling more better today. I was kind of weak. It was because I wasn't eating. So at this point, I was kind of feeling just low on energy. You know, my energy is not at its best right now. I get really tired quick. I get really cold quick. But that was with any of the surgeries. I'm talking about cold where I got to bundle up in about 3 blankets cold. Okay? Before I got the gastric sleeve, when I looked at myself, I still seen a big girl. I still seen the 300-pound woman that I used to be. Now do I see it? It's a mind thing. My mind literally fucks with me. And I'm not going to get on here and candy coat shit. My mind has not caught up with my body. But my mind has caught up with the fact that, Rhonda, you can only fit 2 ounces of food in your stomach. You cannot go over it because you're in charge of your tool. If you want to be crazy and try to stuff 4 ounces of food in your stomach, you got to be out your fucking mind because it's not going to fit. And you need to go see a doctor if you try to make yourself fit in 4 ounces of food knowing that you can't. Okay? You cannot go over. It ain't going no over. I'm telling you, this bypass shit is real restricted. Tried to eat actually, like I said in my last video, I had dumping syndrome. I haven't had any sugar since that day, and that day was only because the kids got the Jell-O or the pudding mixed up, and I felt like I was literally, all I could do was lay on my mom's bed and cry. It was an energy, I'm telling you, it was like an energy, the feeling was like if you just kicking it with your partners and you know y'all just having fun and shit, and your energy level just dropped to where you just gotta, you don't know if you coming or going. Like, so I'm sitting on the motherfucking couch like, what the fuck? I feel tired. I'm sweating. What the fuck is going on with me? Dumping syndrome. All I could do, I cried. Okay? I cried. I laid on the bed. My mom massaged my stomach. The food must have passed. And that shit was, I had the shit with the gastric sleeve. It was maintainable. You know? Gastric bypass, you can't do that. So I wanted to be restricted. Oh, baby. Best believe I'm restricted. I don't even look at fucking sugar. I fuck with equal. I'm not eating no fruit with sugar in it because I don't even want to have the dumping syndrome. I'm eating every 4 hours. Literally every 4 hours. But just like I said, I got a big water container that I'm taking with me, and I'm surely getting my liquids in. The last thing I need is for me to be with my kids driving somewhere and I fucking pass out. So that's why I'm keeping my liquids up. So I'm going to end this because I've been talking for 14 minutes now, and I'm going to restart another video. So this is part 1 of the talking, that just my updates and my feelings, and next video I will get more personal. See you guys later.